Hi everyone, I'm Cynthia Toussaint at Women in Pain Nation with a thought of the day. So, we women in pain have been through trauma, and boy, boy, and many of us have something called dissociation, and there are different kinds of dissociation. The kind I have is derealization, which is actually kind of the rarest of the four different kinds. But I know women who were molested as children, and they said that they literally left their bodies in order to not be experiencing that terror. And I have a colleague who says that she actually remembers every crack in the ceiling when that was because of that happening to her. So I have my form is, this is a protective mechanism, and mine is called, as I mentioned, derealization. It's really terrifying. Mine got kicked off when I was 18 years old. It's very common how mine got kicked off. I was smoking. I was with the least safe person in the world, which is one of my siblings, and I was on a date. It was a double date. And I smoked pot and I drank something. Not that much, but for me it was a lot, and it set it off. And nothing was real. Everything around me was absolutely terrifying. I was real, but I knew nothing. I actually believed I was in hell, and it was the most terrifying thing I've ever been through. The worst thing I've ever been through. As a matter of fact, if I were to get rid of derealization or CRPS in a moment, I would choose derealization. So that took over my life as I got sicker and sicker. Started, as I mentioned, when I was 18. By the time I was 21, I had CRPS, complex regional pain syndrome, and my dance life, my acting life, performance life was just, singing was just seemed over forever, which in so many ways all of it was. And I moved back into my mother's home in Northern California, and it was the darkest time of my life, and derealization just took over. It got to the point where everything was so terrifying. Even sounds were not real to me. They were so frightening, and I could only lie in a bed and stare at one wall. I got to know the cracks in that wall really well. Finally, I went on a medication that helped me. This coping mechanism, it keeps us from seeing what is too overwhelming. So that's how bad the trauma is. That this what I'm describing as so fearful is a coping mechanism to keep us from seeing what is too overwhelming. So I went on a medication that actually made me, it's a benzodiazepines, which we don't want to be on now because the doctors want to take us off of them. But it really saved me. Like in 2 days, I was about 85-90% better. And I felt like me again, and everything wasn't terrifying. But it'll come and go. I mean, it's always something that I deal with. But the other night, I think it was 2 nights ago, people kept saying, "You got to watch The Last Showgirl," this movie. And because I used to dance in these shows with lots of showgirls, and I actually, that movie, maybe it was just too good, but it brought the derealization back really bad, because it was so lonely and disconnected, and very much the way this dissociation makes me feel. And we actually had to turn it off. Another movie did that to me once, The Talented Mr. Ripley, which now I can watch, but this one really got me. And then yesterday I saw my therapist for it's just been the hardest time of my life, just the worst betrayal, and losing my mom, and anyway, working through that. But I got it again. So it's frightening when derealization is really under control, or your dissociation is really under control, and then it starts coming back, because it's just really scary. I don't want it to take over my life again. I'm better today, and I'm talking about it, which really helps me. I tell people about it, and that's a help. So moving on, living with these things that we have to live with as women in pain. In the comment section below, tell me about your dissociation. Do you have one of the forms? And if so, what is it? How do you deal with it? How does it feel? Has it gotten better? What has made it better? What makes it worse? And together we heal. Okay, that's my thought. Sending so much love. Cynthia Toussaint signing off at Women in Pain Nation. But see you really, really soon. Okay. Take care and keep smiling. Keep smiling.